Hi. So in the last session, we derived these equations of linear regression for a single feature. Now let's discuss how we can implement linear regression using these. So I have broken our approach into 4 steps. The first is loading the data into our Jupyter notebook. This is how our data will look like. It will have one feature and it will have one output variable. In the next step, I want to split the data into training and testing. So let's say if I split the data into training and testing, this is my X train, Y train, X test and Y test. First, let's implement these two steps and then we will discuss further. So for our implementation, I'll be using this data set. It has 200 data points, it has one feature and one output variable. Let's load our data. So to load the data, I'll be using a function known as np.loadtxt. The name of the file that I'm using is dummydata.csv. For a CSV file, we pass a parameter that is delimiter, which is always comma. So if I check out my data, it is loaded correctly. Data.shape. So it is 200, 2 as we were discussing. There are 200 data points and there is one feature and one output variable. So my X will be data, all the rows and 0th column. And my Y will be data, all the rows and first column. Right? So if I check x.shape, and similarly if I check y.shape, so our data has been loaded. The next step we want to do is split our data. So to split the data, I'll be using a module from sklearn, that is model selection. So model selection has a function known as train-test-split, which splits my x and y into 4 parts. So I have to provide x and y, which will be splitting my data into 4 parts. So output will be a tuple of 4 elements, that is x train, x test, y train, y test. Right? So what we have done over here, model selection.train-test-split will split my data into 4 parts, which we have fetched into x train, x test, y train and y test. Right? Okay. So if I see xtrain.shape, it comes to be 150. And if I see x test, it comes out to be 50. Which means that 75% of the data has been sent into training and 25% of the data has been sent into testing. Similarly, y train will also have 150 points and y test will have 50 points. If I want that instead of 25% in testing data, I can customize this value. I can pass a parameter that is test size. By default, the value of test size is 0.25, that is 25% data. If I want, instead of 25%, 20% data to be sent in testing, I can pass something like 0.2. So what this will do is it will send 80% of the data in training and 20% in testing. I hope this is clear. So now our data has been prepared. We have our training and testing data separated out. Now let's implement the 4 functions that we were talking about from next session. Thank you.